So, what does it really take to guide a massive Fortune 500 company through a media firestorm? Well, today we're diving into the career of Stephen Campanini, a top-tier communications executive. We're going to break down the skills and the strategy you need to manage messaging and crisis at the absolute highest level of business. Just look at this headline from his professional summary. It tells you everything you need to know, right? This is the whole package. Fortune 500 leadership, navigating high-stakes crises, and mastering corporate messaging. We're not just talking about sending emails here. We're talking about shaping the entire story in the big leagues. All right, so what does being a Fortune 500 communicator actually look like on the ground? Well, it's all built on a career that's both deep and incredibly varied. Yeah, we're not talking about a couple of years in the game. This is over 2 decades of leadership. And here's what's so interesting. He's seen both sides of the coin. He's been in the C-suite, advising top executives, but he also started out on the ground as a journalist for CBS News. That kind of 360-degree view is priceless, especially when you're working in a complex industry like healthcare. But, experience is only half the battle. Real leadership is all about impact, turning that strategy into results you can actually measure. So let's look at the numbers and see how he not only handles crises, but also drives serious growth. Let's start with this number right here. 20% annual program growth. This is a big deal because it shows that for him, communications isn't just about playing defense for a brand. It's actually a tool for offense, for pushing the business forward. And it's not just about making money, it's about saving it too. By centralizing how things were done, he found $5 million in cost reductions. This shows he's not just a great communicator, he's got a sharp business mind, always looking for ways to make a huge company more efficient. That's a rare combo. And then there's this, the reputation factor. A 300% jump in positive media coverage for a public company, that is a massive, massive shift. And believe me, that's not just some vanity metric. It has a direct impact on how everyone, investors, customers, employees, sees the organization. And in the end, it all comes back to the bottom line, right? I mean, look at these figures. $5 million in new revenue from just one product launch. A 200% revenue explosion for an entire division, and locking in a 10-year federal contract, that's a decade of financial stability right there. These are serious business victories, not just PR wins. So let's take all this crisis expertise and put it into a real-world situation. Just imagine this for a second. A huge, politically charged national event is coming to your city. You are responsible for the communications and safety of 14 hospitals. The pressure is immense. Where would you even start? Well, you start with foresight. He didn't just react to the chaos, he saw it coming. He built the entire crisis communications plan for the whole hospital system before the event even started. That's what elite strategic planning is all about, getting everything ready to run perfectly before the first sign of trouble. So how does somebody get that kind of foresight? Where does that come from? It comes from being deeply embedded in one of the most complicated industries on the planet, healthcare. That deep industry knowledge is really the bedrock of his entire career. And this is where it all began. His time as a journalist at CBS News laid the foundation for his media skills. He gets how reporters think, what they're looking for, how deadlines work, what makes a story stick, because he used to be the one making those calls. And from that start in the newsroom, he built this incredible career path right through the heart of the healthcare industry. I mean, this list reads like a who's who. Hospitals with Tenet, pharmacies with CVS, pharma with Merck, medical devices with Boston Scientific. This isn't just a random list of jobs. It's a strategic journey to master every single part of the healthcare world. So what's the end game here? What does a C-suite advisor really do? This slide just nails it. It's about being that central hub, that one person who can bring everyone together, from the CEO and the board all the way down to 46,000 different business customers, and get them all pulling in the same direction to protect the brand and grow the business. Okay, so the internal results are clearly impressive, but what does the outside world think? Let's take a look at the external recognition he's received from the industry, which really solidifies his legacy of award-winning leadership. And here's the proof. He's won Telly Awards for making even foreign compliance videos engaging. He's won Digital Video Awards for branding. But honestly, the most telling one might be this feature from PR Week, a top industry journal. They specifically credited him with helping a major corporation get through a perfect storm. That's not just a pat on the back. That's your peers recognizing that you perform at an elite level under the most intense pressure. You know, when you boil it all down, this profile isn't just about one guy's incredible career. It's really a case study in the kind of strategic leadership that is so vital in today's complicated world. And it leaves us with a really important question for any organization out there. When things get tough and the stakes are at their highest, who is navigating your most complex challenges?